Next haul. Book buying ban is a scam. It's a scam. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist to me. I keep saying that I hope I won't be buying books this month because I still haven't read the physical books that I have on my shelf. Hello friends and strangers. Welcome back to Pam Shenanigans, and yes, I am wearing the same clothes that I wore for the June wrap-up video because while I'm in the zone, I'm going to want to film a second video for the day. So, as you know, aside from me being a moody bitch, I am also an uncontrollable one when it comes to purchasing books that I won't be reading very soon because I tend to read audiobooks instead. That's me. So, I will be filming another haul because I've accumulated so much books lately. So yeah, I'm going to want to make this as quick as possible. First, shout out to Ina the Mood Reader who celebrated her Booktube anniversary, and I joined her giveaway, live giveaway here on YouTube, and I won 2 books from her. Actually, it's supposed to be 3, but I gave the other one back because I wasn't interested in that book. Okay, so the 2 books that I won are The Fall of Butterflies by Andrea Portes. So it's the same author of Anatomy of a Misfit. I think I remember reading that book back in 2015, around that time. So yeah, it still has its plastic wrap, so it's in quite a great condition. First book. Second book is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This is my first time actually seeing this cover, which I think is the movie tie-in cover. It's still nice actually. I'm usually not a fan of movie tie-in covers because sometimes they look tacky compared to the original covers. So I'm excited to read this, but I can't promise when I'm going to be reading this. But again, thank you Ina for hosting a live giveaway for your Booktube anniversary. Again, happy Booktube birthday, Ina. Next books. I bought these books from Secondhand Philippines. It's a Facebook group which has lots of books and tea. So much spilling of tea there. So, tea aside, I bought 2 books from a seller there. One is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I haven't read this book yet, so I'm like, it's cheap, so I might as well get it. It was very cheap. I think this was just around 200 pesos. And yeah, looking forward to reading this. I'm not sure if this year or the next. The second book that I bought from that seller is Someday by David Leviathan. This is the 3rd book of the Everyday series. Everyday is my #1 favorite young adult novel for years now. I'm planning to reread the whole series because I've read the first and the second book years ago, and I'm going to want to reread and maybe create a vlog of my experience rereading that and see if it would still be #1 in my heart. I'm scared because I remember feeling so emotional reading the Everyday book, and I don't want to rain on my own parade by rereading the series and end up not liking it. But it's still, you know, it's a reflection of my growth as a reader because now I feel like I am more critical of the things that I read. Not as critical as I want to be because sometimes I just want to enjoy a book, and if I enjoyed it, then I did. Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. I'm scared because I wanted to love it as much as I did every day and another day. So yeah, I'm not sure when I'm going to read this, but I will, I promise. Next haul are fully booked purchases. Yeah, low-key ashamed because book buying ban is a scam. It's a scam. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist to me. I keep saying that I hope I won't be buying books this month because I still haven't read the physical books that I have on my shelf. And yeah, anyway, you know what? As long as it makes me happy, I won't have to regret it. The first book I bought from Fully Booked is The Gilded Wolves by Roshni Chokshi. I have been meaning to read this book for so long. I keep checking the book on Fully Booked and it's always out of stock. And I checked and it was back. And it's been on my wish list for so long. And this was the last copy, I think, because it says there one copy left. And I'm like, you know what? Not part of my plan, but I clicked that add to cart button so quick. So yeah, looking forward to this. It's such a hype book, also a beloved one, so I'm very excited to read and start the series. Okay, next one is a very, very, very beautiful book that I only talked about with my husband because we saw the covers that were posted by Books Actually, and they are such great covers. Expensive though. Expensive than the earlier versions of the book because this book has been out for so long, and it's called A Hero Born by Jin Yong. It's the first book of the Legends of the Condor Heroes. And my husband, Bran, talked to me about Legends of the Condor Heroes because he watched the anime, I think, and read the manga. I'm not sure, but I remember him telling me about the anime, and it was so old, and I just didn't have the motivation to watch the anime then, but seeing this cover is making me want to start reading the book. I think there are 5 so far. I think the 5th one is going to be released this year. I'm not sure. Don't trust me with that, but just look at this pretty cover. It's so beautiful. It's a hardbound. There isn't any paperback available of this on Fully Booked, so I just bought the hardbound, even though I'm not much of a hardbound buyer. So look at that inner pages. The art is fantastic, and it has like deckled edges. You can see. Yeah, so amazing. Definitely gonna want to read this very soon, but maybe after I've read Warbreaker or Words of Radiance, because I'm gonna have to talk about those books with my husband. Next, 5 books. So story time, bit of story time. The last time that I went to a physical store of Fully Booked or any bookstore was before the pandemic hit, so around March 2020. Around March 2020, and it's now more than a year, and it was my first time going back to the bookstore again yesterday, and I may have been overexcited by being in the store that I bought 5 books. In my defense though, the books were on sale. 3 of the books are on 20% sale, and the other 2 are 50 off. So, such a bargain.
Hello! With my pretty office mates daw.
Napilitan ka pa pa.
are the 5 books. And here's a quick peek. These books I think are already on my to read anyway, so I'm not as guilty in terms of buying them all at the same time. I'm going to start with the 250 off book. So one is The End and Other Beginnings by Veronica Roth. Original price is $5.28, but it was 50 off, so I think it was around $264. I'm trying to math. Yeah, $264. So I'm not sure what this is about, but I think it's a short story collection. Yeah, it says there, stories from the future. So let me know if you've read this and you liked it, because I didn't check the reviews for this. I just saw the 50 off and that it's by Veronica Roth, so I immediately bought it. Next is Verify by Joelle Charbonneau. Please correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. This has been on my TBR for so long, but I haven't seen any physical copies online, unless that's just me not looking hard enough. But it says here that it has shades of Fahrenheit 451 and Orwell's 1984. I think, reading the blurb, I'm still not sure what it is about, but I think if it mentions Fahrenheit 451, so it involves a book, fire, future, dystopian, how do I say that? Yeah, excited to read this. It's in such great condition to be on 50 off, but I'm not complaining. Original price is also $5.28, so I got this for $2.64. So I got these 2 books for a price of 1 book. Such a deal, right? So these next three books are on 20 off, because Fully Booked I think was on a store-wide 20% sale. So I got Please Look After Mom by Kyung Sok Shin. I've been seeing this around Goodreads and there are great reviews about it. I've only been hearing good things about this book, and I think this was supposed to be on my Asian Readathon TBR, but I just wasn't able to read it. But now that I have a physical copy, I'm hoping to read this very soon. Next is a Pulitzer Prize finalist and a National Book Award finalist, which is The Great Believers by Rebecca Mackay. I think... Is this historical fiction? I think so. 1950, 1985, 1920s. Okay, I remember seeing this around as well on Goodreads, and I'm not sure if this was also nominated in the Goodreads Award, although totally not reliable source. Yeah, I'm excited to read this. Oh, it's also a New York Times book review, top 10 books of 2018. So this was originally $5.28, but it was on 20% off, so around 400 plus. Yes, last book for this haul is The Push by Ashley Audrain. I know that this is a thriller book by an author of color, and wait, am I right? Is she an author of color? Okay, please don't mind that, but I know that this is a thriller book and that I've heard good things about this book from Gerald, the bookworm. He read this recently and has been loud about it. So when I saw it on Fully Booked, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this. I remembered you, Gerald, so I'm taking your word for it. So hoping to read this soon. I think I have the audiobook on hold on Libby as well. So yeah, those are all of the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books that I have this month of July. And yeah, I'm not gonna apologize for buying books when I specifically said that I'm hoping that we won't see each other that soon and that it's gonna be a book haul, but here I be buying books because it makes me happy. So readers, don't feel guilty about buying books. If you're capable and you can still pay your bills while you're purchasing books and it makes you happy, again, don't feel guilty. Oh wow, that's a huge stack. Okay, I'm going to take a photo for my thumbnail, but thank you so much for watching this book haul, and I'm not gonna promise that I'm gonna be on a book buying ban for this month of July and August. So I'll see you again on my next video, friends and strangers. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed yet, please do, and bye. I'll see you again.